deseja descobrir o verdadeiro segredo da sua vida? O segredo que move todo o nosso mundo, a nossa existência? Então, quem sabe a gente consiga descobrir um pouquinho mais agora, conversando com essa pessoa muito ilustre que está aqui ao meu lado agora, para todo o Brasil, Bob Proctor. Hello, how are you?
I'm wonderful.
Welcome to Brazil.
Good to be here. Thank you.
Let's talk about the secret, the law of the attraction. What do you think is the most important thing, the real meaning of the secret?
Well, the real meaning of the secret, really, it's to communicate that we do attract everything into our life. And it's always been that way. It's just that there's so few people understand it. The whole universe operates by law. It's because we understand the laws that we're doing so many of the things we're doing now. That's what the television's based on, the communications, the space travel, air travel. That's all based on natural laws of the universe. Well, vibration is one of those laws. It decrees that everything moves, nothing rests. And the vibration that you're in controls what you attract to you, because you can only attract to you energy that's in harmony with you. So the law of attraction is actually a secondary law. The law of vibration is the basic law. And the way we think controls the vibration we're in. So people have to, I think, gain an understanding of who they are and what makes them tick, why we do what we do, and why we don't do many of the things we'd like to do. Start to understand the laws and then start to live in harmony with them, and our whole life will start to be the way we want it to be.
Why did you decide to study this subject?
Well, I didn't actually. I picked up a book. I was living in Toronto. I was earning $4,000 a year, and I owed $6,000. It was way back in 1961. And I started reading a book at the suggestion of a man that I met, and I couldn't stop reading it. And everything in my life started to change. My income went from $4,000 a year to $175 a year, then it went over $1 million. And I really didn't know what was happening to me. I had no formal education to speak of. I had no business experience. And yet my whole life was changing in a very powerful way. And I couldn't find anybody to tell me what was actually happening, so I started to study. And it took me around 9 years to figure out what I had actually done. And what I did, I changed my programming. We have a mental program. And I changed my programming. And today I have a company that operates all over the world, and we teach this all over the world.
At that moment, did you believe the people in the world used to think negatively?
Well, I think we're programmed to think negatively. We're not taught how to think, first of all. Thinking is not a subject that's taught in school, but it should be, because all the great leaders have agreed that we become what we think about. That's the one thing they've agreed on. They disagree on everything else. But we're not taught how to think, and we're told why we can't do things rather than why we can. And we spend our time letting the outside world control the inside world. You know, we look in the mirror and that determines what we think of ourselves, or we look at our bank account or our report card in school. And we should start to learn to live from the inside out. And that's what I teach people now.
Do you think that the secret has any relation with religion?
Well, yeah, it does. I'm not qualified to teach religion, but I've studied religion. There's only a half a dozen religions, and all the others are offshoots from those. And they all teach you essentially the same thing, that there is an infinite power, and that power flows to and through you. Science teaches the same thing. So religion and science, they used to be antagonistic. Now they're in complete agreement that you have infinite power within you. And the trick is to learn how to use it.
If we needed some tips, for example, to discover our secret, could you give us?
I can give you a tip. I think if people sit down and ask themselves what they really want, not what they think they can do, what do they really want? Because most people are not going after what they really want. They're going after what they think they can do with what they've got. But what do you really want? And if you can decide what you really want and write it on a piece of paper, and don't spend 5 seconds thinking of why you can't have it, just keep thinking of how you can, your thinking will start to change, and you'll ultimately get exactly what you want. But you've got to stay with it. And it doesn't matter that you don't know how to do it. It's just that you want to do it. That's the important thing.
Bem, quem viu o filme sabe o que ele está falando. Eu pedi algumas dicas de como descobrir o nosso segredo, e ele disse que o básico de tudo é pensar o que a gente quer escrever num papel. Quem viu o filme, leu o livro, sabe do que ele está falando. Did you expect it a bestseller?
I think The Secret is such a phenomena. I don't think anybody could have expected what happened with it, because it's global. I mean, everywhere you go in the world, it's a phenomena.
Of course, sure. What do you expect from Brazil?
I expect great things from Brazil. I'm fascinated with Brazil. I love it. I was absolutely fascinated with Brasilia. The fact that it was planned and built. In fact, it's a good example of what The Secret's all about. It's about a person sitting down, deciding to do something, and then do it. Let's build a city right in the center of the jungle. I mean, that's a big idea. And it happened right here.
Okay, thanks. Grateful. Congratulations for all the phenomenal. Conversei com Mr. Bob Proctor, ele que é co-autor de O Segredo. Está nas livrarias de todo o Brasil e também filme fazendo o maior sucesso do mundo. E agora ele mostrou um pouquinho pra gente o porquê desse sucesso. Muito obrigada. Congratulations.
Your thoughts and your feelings create your life.